now they with this. Yeah, I've been killing it. Yeah, I've been hard in the paint, not a single assist. Yeah, I've been flicking that wrist. Yeah, I've been now they with this. Yeah, I've been killing that. Yeah, I've been flicking that wrist. Yeah, I've been killing that, flicking that wrist. Yeah, I've been killing that.
Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Turnovers will be a focus in today's game. The Eagles are top 10 in turnover differential, and they'll be up against a Cowboys team looking to avoid a costly mistake. So for the call of this week's 17 matchup, let's send it out to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Larry, thank you. We are just off I-95 at the home of the Eagles, Lincoln Financial Field on the south side of Philadelphia. Today, the curtain falls on the regular season, and we've got a good one in store between the Dallas Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles. Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. A gain of 3, second down. Okay, starting lineup time offensively, Charles, for the Dallas Cowboys.
And how about them at number 4 in the 2016 draft? Big needs on the defensive line, and they go with the running back.
They go star power.
They went star power, but Ezekiel Elliott, in a lot of ways, was exactly the right decision. When they had winning success in 2014, they did it running the football. Elliott can do that for them again.
Again, it's Elliott. And not too much going there as he'll get it up to the 23-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go. And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. And the big meat on the D-line. We'll see how they do today.
And I'd hate to be an offensive lineman having to deal with these guys. They come in hungry, mean, and confident. They think that no one can block them.
Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Eagles take possession. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. And the D-line pinching together, must be expecting the run. Now a handoff here to his running back. And now the rookie's free. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. When we sat with the coaching staff a couple of days ago, they said attacking that defensive look with a run, something they wanted to do, it was effective.
And they were extremely confident, weren't they? Their planning, their preparation, they knew what they were going to get in that defense, and they were able to attack it accordingly.
Now let's go. Watch it now, Barney. All right, here we go.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. And he's got his man. That's the veteran Selleck with the Eagle touchdown. Brent Selleck, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles have taken the early lead. The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
They fake the give to Elliott. Now Romo. He sets to fire deep. unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, third down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. They tried to run the counter, just that the defense wasn't fooled.
And when they're not fooled, you see the end result, because what you're doing there, you mentioned the counter. You're using your offensive linemen.
And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. Going down the middle, and it's complete. He's at the 30. Touchdown, Cowboys. A big play there, 83 yards. And the Cowboys are now just an extra point away from moving out in front. And when they fake it, maybe they're not looking for a touchdown here, probably just a first down. They got a little more than they bargained for.
Exactly right, because that's all you're aiming for. Pick up the first down, get your offense back on the field. Instead, the offense doesn't have to worry about it because they got 6 on that play.
Now it's Barner.
That return gives them a golden opportunity to go out in front. How will the defense respond after giving up that type of a return?
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
And they're behind the sticks here a bit now, dealing with a 2nd and 12. They fake the give. Daniel. And this one's incomplete. The veteran Brent Selleck, the one he was looking for. And it'll bring up 3rd down. And now the defense for Dallas.
When at his best, Orlando Scandrick is one of the top nickel cornerbacks in the NFL.
And Daniel fakes the handoff. And that's complete to Lewis. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. Good use of the pass there to pick up the first down against a defensive look that they had specifically prepared for, they told us, coming into this one.
Certainly seems like they're holding all the right cards now, doesn't it? Because of their preparation. Went back, watched the tape, studied the tendencies, and they feel like they had them down cold, and they were able to use the pass against them.
From the gun, here's Daniel. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue, landing.
To the air again, Daniel. Left side, caught by Matthews. That one good for 14 yards. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. He had time, was able to survey the field and find a soft spot in that zone coverage.
And that's where it gets difficult for a defender, Brandon. You go to your spots on the field that you have to cover, and when the offense finds an area that you're not in, that's where they throw the football.
Throwing on 3rd down, Daniel. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position now as really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well, and every now and then, they don't come down with the football.
And that is no good. And in this first quarter of play, this will remain a tie ball game. And no mistaking that sound. It reverberated through the whole stadium.
And it's the sound, Brandon, no kicker wants to hear. It looked like he had it on target the whole way, but the upright said,
And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, as it is Cowboy football to begin quarter number 2. They've got a 2nd and 9 to start things out. 9 yards still remaining here to pick up the first on second down. On second down, Elliott. He finds some open field here. The 40, the 20, 10, touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Cowboys are able to show off their quick strike ability. And those are the highlight reel runs you dream of right there.
When he gets a seam and just gets through it, how about the explosiveness, the burst to get there to begin with, and then once he's in full gallop, good luck trying to track him down.
And those plays so demoralizing for the defense.
Absolutely, because you've done so much work trying to keep people in front of you. When they're past you and behind you, that's a tough one to swallow.
And now the Eagles offense back out onto the field. And they have to feel like they missed on an opportunity for points last time when they couldn't connect on that short field goal try.
And no doubt about it, because they were counting on those points. In today's NFL, let's face it, that's really a chip shot, right?
That's anything inside 40.
Yeah, they're counting on that going through the post. But we've seen it happen to teams before. Some of the best kickers in the world can miss kicks like that. Can they come back now and redeem themselves? That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue line.
Off play action. Daniel. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. Back to throw, Daniel. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Sean Lee. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. So it'll be first down here after the run. They'll come out in the pistol. Now Elliott. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. It's a good pickup of 7 yards, and now they're looking at 2nd and goal.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Calling a gain of 2 as they're knocking on the door now. 3rd and goal.
And a nice job defensively to keep him out of the end zone. He's trying to get his 2nd touchdown already in the first half.
They had that one earlier. It was bidding for a 2nd. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Partner, it's decision time now. I know it's still just the 2nd quarter, but you have an opportunity to either kick the field goal or go for it and try and score a big-time touchdown. This is why the head coaches get paid the big bucks.
On 4th down, Romo. And it is incomplete. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And this Eagle defense stands tall down near the goal line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field.
Patriot. Now let's go.
From the end zone, Daniel. Ertz over the middle. And he'll take this one up to about the 6-yard line. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle? Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. He will not go down.
Have to retake those ankles.
And he takes it all the way down to the 3. And now a first down following that long gain. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
Set. Blue 90. Blue 90. Detroit.
Time running out here on the play clock. They'll run for it with Smallwood. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Wendell Smallwood with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying this thing up. It's right through, and we are now tied at 13. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This will be fielded at the 6. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense.
And got his man complete. And he's brought down after a good gain. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. First down and goal. The offense knocking on the door. And he is not going to get through here on try number 1. They stop him at the goal line. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. On this, fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Eagles coming out as they get ready.
And give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the
things up here, going with some tempo. It'll be a gain of 9.
And that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on first. Coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch. On 3rd and 1, I think everyone in the stadium thought they'd try and run the football there, but they tried to surprise the defense and hit something.
There to go for. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. A first down carry by Elliott. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Their goal, to make every play positive. And when you have a bad one like that, your next goal is to not let it spiral into more. One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it.
Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the veteran Leotis McKelvin. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there.
Picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. on the counter. Smallwood. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Here we go. Green.
On second down, Smallwood. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
On a second and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good...
A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Brandon Carr. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be, now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So as they take it over, we step aside. They go to Elliott again. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we'll send you down the coast to Orlando where we check in with our friend Larry Ridley and the EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. On the return now, it's Josh Huff. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the 3rd quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
And he's brought down. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Well, that's the desired outcome coming out here in the second half of being able to run the football and establish a little bit of pace and maybe even a bit of dominance at the line of scrimmage. And they want that to continue. Way too early to think about this being ball control time. But the way they're running it, you got to think they may want to continue that and see if they can go ahead and grind their opponents into submission. Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection.
Let's go. Green, 39.
Now Daniel on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Everything looked right on that play except the conclusion. He dropped it. And en route, going into a little bit of traffic, maybe in the back of his mind, he was wondering where the hit was going to come from.
No. Check. Patriot.
2nd and 10. Daniel again. And complete to Lewis over the middle. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 2 yards to go here on 3rd down. And to give this time to the tailback. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. A look at the offense now here coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Now it's the Florida Atlantic alum. This is Alfred Morris. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. And when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Des Bryant, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit and it forced an incompletion.
He completes it to Bryant. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. So the offense has it 1st and 10. Now back to the ground with Elliott, fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
And he will maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And that's also all for this 3rd quarter of play. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. They come up in an offset eye. Here's Prescott. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And this time not quite to the 30. He'll be down at the 31-yard line.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a 1st down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. 1st down and 10 now for the offensive group. On 1st down, Daniel. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 20. 12 yards on the pickup. And that leads to a Philadelphia 1st. In the red zone this time. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. From the red zone now, Daniel. That is caught inside the 5. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal. And quickly, they get to the line. And a nice pitch and catch to pick up the reception against man coverage.
Both of them read how...
And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Keith Marshall with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Eagles add 6 to their lead.
I know the play ends up in the end zone with 1 person carrying the ball, but how about that big mass of humanity that guided him to that spot?
Yeah, they got there, but I love the dot. Always a fan of the dot. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
And this one complete to Witten over the middle. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll make it 2nd down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Now Prescott. Deep drop. Looking deep downfield. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Terrence Williams, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Cowboys have cut it to within a score. Now Bailey to tack on the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. A first down throw for Daniel. Ertz has it left side. And he's brought down. And give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
There's a good push to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out central casting, frankly.
Absolutely.
I mean,
size, the hands.
Speed, I mean, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offense.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. The corner blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack.
All right, here we go.
Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. He was looking for Matthews that time, and it's 3rd down. And the offense here just looking to stay in bounds, complete the short passes, and put this game on ice.
There are a good number of coaches at any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
Time is starting to run out, really becoming a factor. We'll see if the defense can get the stop they need to get the ball back to the offense. And he motions the wide receiver. Throwing on 3rd down, Daniel. Complete on the right side to Green Beckham. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 4th down. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Here we go.
And now here's a carry heading left. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. Again, we'll see the pistol here. A 20th carry here for Elliott. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
One man in the backfield, Elliott. He'll look to throw. And they can't get the long connection as it falls incomplete.
Well, partner, I think the defensive fellas got the memo, and they decided to cover him on that play.
Yeah, he's already up over 100 yards in this game. They tried a deep shot, couldn't get him.
Yeah, when you've had that much success, finally someone said, let's try and put a stop to it and put people on him.
On 3rd down, Elliott. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, it makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Shift together here from the D-line.
Let's go.
And he'll give it here to his running back. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Keith Marshall, his second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Eagles add on to their lead.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside at 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And out now come the Cowboys. And last time they were stopped on 4th down, had a drive stalled out. We'll see how they respond this go-around.
I'm eager to see what their mindset is, because moving the ball, feeling good, and then that abrupt stop on 4th down, do they go back to the bench and go, oh, boy, they got something for us? Or do they go to the bench and say, we blew it ourselves. Let's get back out there and move the ball again.
And is it different when you get stopped on 4th versus punt? Is that more motivation for the defense, a little more confidence?
I think as a defense, you're so excited with a 4th down stop. Making them punt, that's your goal anyway. But a 4th down stop, that's almost a sign of disrespect that they went for it in the first place. And when you get that, you feel great about yourselves.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Here's Prescott. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description, because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it?
Touchdown, Philadelphia! Keith Marshall finishing strong with 3 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. And he's got some space here. But he doesn't get it much further, taken down on the other side of the 50. Looked good for a second there, but it turns out just to be a missed extra point.
We have seen some exciting returns of blocked extra points. This one doesn't quite get into that level, but there had to be an anxious moment after it was blocked, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think sometimes they still forget on both sides when that block comes on a PAT that you can return it for 2. We got it across midfield there, just not close to the end zone.
Yeah, you noted that moment of hesitancy, didn't you? You know, it's blocked. It's like, oh, yeah, that's right. It can be returned, and which means you have to get back and tackle them, too.
They come up in an offset eye. They start on the ground with Elliott. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
I don't know about you, partner, but I'm rubbing my eyes after that play. Did we just see that runner not get yardage? A big-time play by the defense. It does happen occasionally, even against the best running backs who are having big days.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They'll try the sweep with Elliott. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. And whistle blown. A timeout here is taken, and it's taken by the kicking team. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Running with Elliott. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
night is going down and the weekend's here.